Hello, hello! Welcome back to more Pokemon Legends Arceus. Today I spent a bit of time completing the Starly Pokedex entry for that needy lady back at Jubilife Village by stalking some birds out in the wilderness. This footage is shown to you at 3 times speed because these stubborn birds like to try to run away, so I gotta wait forever for it to turn its back so I can try to catch it unaware. Eventually it does, and I'm able to quickly knock it out, which happens to be a requirement for the Pokedex. While searching for some more Starly to assault, I find a Staravia just chilling, minding its own business, and I was in the mood to disrupt that. Wasn't able to catch it unaware, unfortunately, so it's able to toss out a quick gust before I can even do anything, which I think. So I can quickly return a little bit of a rollout before I just go down to an air slash. Luckily, though, I have a Shinx in the back, which can also tank a Gust or an Air Slash, and is apparently faster than Staravia. Okay, sure. I knock it out with a Thunder Shock, which gives me some massive experience. I can also hear something screaming in the distance of my right ear. Also, there's a Zubat. I encountered some strange, buggy behavior with some, well, bug types. I also continued to hear some strange sounds, so I wanted to continue exploring, only to be met with a massive monstrosity just around the corner. I kidnap its child for ransom. And then decide to sneak up for a closer look. Very close and personal. Hello, I have a child. It makes the mistake of turning its back to me, and this ended up being a huge mistake. Bless its soul. Parasect is bad. Just bad. I outspeed it, and it's 4 times weak to fire, so I just go for Ember and manage to get the burn. In this game, burn only hurts you if you actually manage to make a move, so Burn Tick doesn't really take effect while it's unlocked. But it's unlocked for like 3 whole turns, so it means I'm able to just solo this thing with this giant zombie bug thing with a paw-headed Cyndaquil. 3 Embers and Parasect is still unlocked until it has a Sliver. Uses Spore to try to sleep me and dies to burn. Talk about easy experience. Which happens to give me plenty of experience, and it lets me make a little bit more progress on the Pokedex so I can evolve Shinx. I gotta say, the evolution animation in this game really goes hard. Not mad at it though. But most importantly, out of everything else, I have yet another Pokedex data task being completed by evolving Starly. I mean, I already caught Staravia, but I do need to evolve Starly as part of Starly's Dex entry. So there. Of course, you gotta keep the family together, so I go for brother and sister Paris, which gives me more than enough experience for Hot-Headed to get a quick little level up, which means that I can actually evolve my starter finally. It also means that unless I breed Hot-Headed, I'm done with its Pokedex tasks for now. But it also means I can start working on Calaba's tasks. I caught a few more Pokemon while heading back to the base camp. Nothing really super important, just kind of wanted to heal up and explore some more. However, I ended up walking to a really gorgeous beach where I saw a massive Staravia. Figured it'd be a quick, easy knockout since I've done it several times. Pokemon are a little bit stronger now, and of course it's an alpha. Massive bird. Got really up close and personal with this one too. Luckily, Staravia has a tendency to just hover, so sneaking around to its backside is much easier than some other Pokemon, so I can catch it unaware. Doesn't really seem to matter too much though, as I seem to outspeed the first turn, and it's able to be stun locked for just a single turn, but Rollout for some reason lets Staravia move twice, so it then just one-shots me with the double edge. Action speed still sucks. But Recoil does bring Staravia to below half, so I'm able to send out my newly evolved Luxio, which is able to take care of Staravia easily for another massive pool of experience that Hot-Headed doesn't get to enjoy. With all this experience from all these higher level Pokemon, I'm actually able to increase the move pools of my Pokemon, able to learn more attacks, and actually makes it easier to knock out the higher levels, thanks to coverage. I'm not really complaining too much though, as all my Pokemon, I had it included, are climbing the levels actually pretty nicely. And I don't really want to be too over level for this game. So I head back to the main camp to return to Starly hunting. Just a few more captures, preferably without being spotted. Just got to get 5 to get the check mark. And I'm able to finish off just enough tasks to try to mark Starly as completed, assuming 10 is actually what counts as complete. Hopefully that should be enough for that greedy lady outside my house. I don't really want to have to complete it 100%, so hopefully this is enough. Hello? Please touch my Starly. Have you completed Starly's entry in your Pokedex? Hurry, let me read it. Wait one moment. Male and female Starly have different appearances. They do? I don't actually know what they are off the top of my head. Funnily enough, it's from the games that introduced differences with gender, so you think I would know something about those, but... Oh, the markings on the forehead are different sizes. I apparently had no idea either. I might finally bring myself to touch a Starly. You need to see a therapist. Luckily, though, all that time spent out there gave me just enough points, or whatever you call it. I should be able to get up another level, hopefully. Give me. Alright, I gotta exit this thing. I made progress. I have earned myself a star. Heyo. When the fanfare ends, there we go. Officially attained the rank of 2nd star in the Galaxy Expedition team. I can now use feather balls. I don't want to even know what those are. And up to level 30 will also obey orders reliably. That's great. Words earned from my survey reports will be more generous as well. That's cool. Send me more money, I'm guessing. And these as well, they're for the recipes you'll need for crafting. Obviously. Sky Tumblestone, what does that even do? And hey, I've got a few pep-up plants, now I know. If potions give me 60, what does super potion give me? Like 100? I didn't read that. And I have another thing to do upstairs. Hey look, stairs. Still have to complete this, or well, I guess. Yeah, I guess complete the storyline between these two. Probably not completed. I'm guessing that these are actually important people. Something about Kleavor. Maybe descended from a warrior of Almighty Sinnoh, but look at the mess he's causing. We can't sit back and let him rage on. Why not, though? You did get right to the point, Adaman. Time wasted is lost. Well, tell me, what would you have us do? Kleavor is a precious lord of the Burrow clan, is he not? That's the point. My clan can't intervene directly where the lord of the Pearl clan's concerned. If my people were to do something, our two clans might end up back at each other's throats. Just like we used to be. Thank you two were just like... I guess to be fair, it was like a week ago, but just outside. Even folk of the Galaxy team have been wounded, haven't they? Seems someone's got to do something here. Conveniently enough, I've just showed up. Who then? Would the Diamond Clan have the Pearl Clan bring down one of its own honored nobles? I don't believe I said that. Thought it, maybe. You might as well have said it, you fool. Look, if we don't even know what drove Lord Kleavor into such a violent frenzy. I'd like to know that myself. This is a first as far as my clan knows, too. I see you've arrived. Yes, I've just been standing here this whole time. This is Ace, the newest member of our survey corps. I hear from May. Is it May or Mai? I don't know. See, the thing is, May, it has a Y at the end. I get it's a, Eastern game, so it's not always going to have a Y at the end because I believe that's more of the English Americanized spelling. But I've still only ever seen May spelled M-A-E. And M-A-I has always been Mai. So I don't actually know. Anyway, I heard from Mai that you earned Weirder's favor. Apparently. I'm Adaman, leader of the Diamond Clan, if you want to be formal. I'll just call you Nuisance number 1 if you don't mind. Nuisance with the blue hair. If you come from beyond the space-time rift, you could be from the space where Almighty Sinnoh is said to reside. Sure, that's me. I'm more important than you give me credit for, but hi. I'm Irida, leader of the Pearl Clan. Caution and foresight are my watchwords. One hell of an introduction. Which is why I have trouble believing such a tale. Could you really have passed through that rift? I don't really understand it, and the game is vague as hell, so take it with a grain of salt, I suppose. I have a proposition. When I send this one to study Cleavor before deciding what must be done. You send the stranger who supposedly fell from the rift to study Cleavor? This newcomer with no experience? I'm star number 2. Hello. This is a leader with almost no experience. Damn. Being a good leader isn't a matter of time. It's a matter of embracing history's vastness without fear. Well then, there you have it. If how new you are doesn't matter, then let's give this kid a chance. I'm Soul Commander, let's try this your way. Of course, it's not really affecting him, because it's the noble for the Pearl clan, not the Diamond clan, so what does he really care if I succeed or fail? This should be fun. I'll get to see how good you galaxy folk really are with all your weird ways, putting Pokemon in those strange balls and what have you. Yeah, when you put it like that. That whole practice bothers me. I don't recall asking. Almighty Sinnoh made history vast, a Pokemon could live freely throughout. I mean, maybe they also don't mind sitting inside of a ball for a bit until they get called back out. Who are you to judge? Sorry, I had to clear my throat. We're meant to stand alongside Pokemon, not count ourselves above them. We do not use Pokeballs from a desire to control a Pokemon, only so that we can live together. Allow us to show you what we can do. This is your mission now, Ace. I order you to study Cleavor and help us find the truth of the situation. I mean, that's kind of why I'm here, so. Remember that you are a stranger who appeared one day out of the very sky above us. Yes, you guys won't stop rubbing that in my face. You guys constantly talk about how I just fell out of the sky. People are naturally suspicious of your presence here. If you wish to be fully accepted and trusted, you must work hard. Work yourself to the very bone. Wonderful. Well, that's settled. And there's no time like the present. The Lord of the Woods, Cleavor, is descended from a Pokemon that was blessed with Almighty Sinnoh's own power. No other Pokemon you've yet encountered can compare to his strength, be warned. Listen to me. The Galaxy Expedition team has come to the Hisui region as a group of outsiders. Some might even call us interlopers. We mustn't do anything to threaten our relations with the Diamond and Pearl clans, understand? Join me downstairs, Ace. We'll cover the details of this new mission. It's kind of an interesting stark opposite from Diamond and Pearl storyline, I guess. Where, as part of the Galaxy Expedition team, we aren't supposed to interfere with the Diamond and Pearl clans. Whereas Diamond and Pearl, Team Galactic was heavily trying to interfere with everything regarding the just premise of the games themselves, Diamond and Pearl. Maybe I'm reading too much into that. Ah, good, you're already here. Why do you always be here? Professor Leventon, the briefing, if you please. Yes, let's get right to it. So, Ace, I understand you've been requested to find out the cause of Cleavor's frenzied state. But as you're aware by now, Cleavor is a mighty thing, not invincible even. The Security Corps tried throwing Pokeballs at Cleavor when they were attacked, but I'm afraid they didn't even come close to catching him. They aren't me. It seems he's a far trickier opponent than even those aggressive species of Pokemon that cannot be caught outside of battle once they're riled. I'd like to be perfectly clear on this point. This mission will put you in extreme danger. Do you believe you can handle it? I don't know. You guys are just asking me if it's cool if I do this because it's dangerous. You don't explain the danger. A little bit of information would be useful. Sure, I'm dumb. Let's say yes. Very well. Let's go over the particulars. Keep your particulars to yourself. Diamond and Pearl Clan revere the nobles because they believe these Pokemon serve their almighty Sinnoh. I did read it before per se, just couldn't say the words fast enough. They leave offerings to express their gratitude to these Pokemon in locations they call the nobles' seats. Up the butt? What? So perhaps a good starting point for our research could be to find out what sorts of offerings they normally leave for this Cleavor. Hi. Listen, that rift in space-time seems like it connects this world to a whole other world. A world where That world might be where Almighty Sinnoh itself resides, the true Almighty Sinnoh, that is. The region. The Sinnoh region, Gen 4. Is that what we're talking about? Modern time? Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, etc. I've been there, it's okay. So if you fell through the space-time rift, that might mean that you travel through time by Almighty Sinnoh's own power. Think of it. You must have just been swimming in its divine might. That sounds disgusting. Well, I've got a favor to ask of you, oh amazing time traveler. Don't just study Cleavor, quell us, Frenchie. Well, you certainly caught us at a good time, young Adaman. We were just discussing our next steps with regard to this whole Cleavor situation. Oh, you must be that team I can learn to read. You must be that Galaxy Team scholar I've heard about. Good to meet you, Mr. Professor. Share some of that knowledge with me sometime. Now, let me elaborate a little. Those Pearl Clan types have a lot of respect for Cleavor. You heard his title, Lord of the Woods. I'm sure they'd rather get this under control too, but it's hard for them to come right out and ask those of the Galaxy Team of all people for help. And the truth is, we in the Diamond Clan have a similar problem in our hands. The Pokemon dear to us, off in the mountains, has flown into the same type of frenzy as Cleavor. Now, there's certainly bad blood between us and the Pearl Clan, but still, we've all got to share history, and that means we got to tackle our problems together. Well, fair enough, I suppose. But there aren't many capable of standing up to such powerful Pokemon. You're the best hope we've got. Great, put all your trust into the strange child that fell out of the sky. That seems like an A-OK plan to me. You'll find Cleavor at Grand Tree Arena. It's in the very heart of the Heartwood. Can't forget where it's at then. His warden is a boy named Leon. Right then. Brilliant child, but also a bit, well, sometimes brilliance can be blinding, you know? What do you mean by that? Why must this game just be vague with everything? He'll tell you about his beloved Cleavor, whether you wish him to or not. Okay. So he's got a one-track mind. Wonderful. I'm sure you're up to the challenge, so we'll be counting on you. See you later. Okay, bye. Certainly left quickly once he'd finished talking. Suppose he really values his time. Edmund and I weren't wrong, you know? If you're to study and perhaps even call Cleavor, you best start by visiting his abode. Straight to the Heartwood, whatever. A New Heights camp should be a handy place for you to set out towards Grand Tree Arena. You can stop by the pastures, etc. I've already got a good team enough, I think. Yeah, it's fine. So I can pay $100 to get extra space in my bag. How important is space in this game? I don't know. Am I even full in my inventory yet? I am exactly full. Okay, maybe another space might be nice. You've made space to keep one more kind of item. That seems weird. If you want to be able to carry even more things, there's more I could teach you. And the price goes up for every, it's just however many spaces I want as n plus 100. N times 1 plus 100. How does that math work? Okay, so this last one is 2,000. That's kind of pricey. Doesn't mean I have whatever that math equation actually is as extra blank space, because it went from 500 to 1,000 to 1,500. I always forget how to open up the menu in this game. So I have 8, yeah, I can count. I have 8 extra spaces. I'm sure most of this I don't actually need. I did get some grit gravel, but everybody says they're incompatible. I got some grit dust earlier. Yeah, I don't know what this actually does. I guess I'll give it to Driflin, sure. Oh, it counts for like EVs. Oh, is this like what replaces feathers and vitamins? Just grit dust and grit gravel or whatever it is? Okay, I'll give it to special attack, I suppose. Oh, I think the Ox power is what replaces like X items. X attack, X accuracy, whatever. Because stat changes, or stat boosts work differently in this game. They're temporary and wear off after a little while. It's a very interesting game. I haven't really gotten to too many of the mechanics yet. Fortunately, I've been kind of busy with work. I ended up getting promoted at work, and that's taken up an unfortunately excessive amount of time recently. Just when they shifted everybody around and moved managers around and everything, I had to pick up a lot of extra slack. I ended up having to work both of my days off last week, and I ended up sleeping a whole bunch. I didn't really have any time to really do anything. I did end up getting a montage done though. Yeah, heading out right this way. I feel like I'm going the wrong way. Where even am I going now? Practice field? What kind of Naruto ass outside of the Hidden Leaf Village kind of bullshit? Wait, this is where I started. Never mind, hold up. Wow, I really went the wrong way. I just flew into a cutscene. How are things, my good friend? Don't assume things. I certainly hope you're putting that secret backstrike technique I taught you to good use. Sure. I've used it a few times. I have some super potions here just for you. Think nothing of it, having the Survey Corps out and about studying Pokemon is great for business, you know? What even is your business? You just have wares, but I don't know if I've ever seen the wares. 3 super potions? Okay, it's 100 total. That's quite a bit. Now, most of the part, there are ruins that are just calling to me. Is this supposed to explain why the potions got nerfed in Gen, what was it, 6 or 7? You're just gonna give 200 HP back to hyper potions. Kind of tie that in somehow. Heading outside the village, I am. However, I'm kind of in a hurry to want to put out a video. So I got a little bit of the story done, and I got a montage of some crazy shit I saw over the course of the last week. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. Might end up being a little bit of a shorter video, but I'm eager to record a little bit more, so I'm gonna end up bulk recording a little bit and try to put these videos out, edit them before work and all that good stuff. Got a set schedule now, so I can actually set proper time aside for recording and editing and stuff. Looking forward to it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series so far, even though it's kind of spaced out so far in the beginning of the series. I didn't mean for that to happen, just kind of happened by accidental accident. My bad. But if you guys are enjoying so far, feel free to drop a like, or even a dislike. Don't get me wrong, this game is a little bit boring if you're not interested in story, like heavy story-based games. It's a little bit of fun as like a time sink, but if you're not interested in story games, which I understand why people aren't, I very much am. So I'm finding this to be actually kind of fascinating. I like enjoying the lore, this lore of, well, Gen 4, it's where I really started to get interested in the mechanics of Pokemon and stuff. So it's kind of cool. A little bit of nostalgia thrown in too. And if you want to catch more of them, feel free to drop a sub. You can be notified every time a video goes out. And until next time, I'm going to catch a few Pokemon and head off to take care of a Kleavor, apparently. Take care.